So what do you think? I'm probably about 20% body fat right now. What do you think? I probably got about 6-8 weeks left to the point where I can actually flex my abs and you could see them without the shadows. Ugh. Man, so it's been about 6 months, more or less, since I've gone from being obese to TRT muscle and leanness at age 45. Over 40, looking lean, no TRT. And if that's something that you want to achieve, then watch this video to the end. Listen, if you've tried and failed repeatedly, like me, to lose fat, it's probably because you're working too hard. And if you're anything like me, you think that like everything in life has to come by hard work. That's been my mode of operation since I was a kid. It was like, if it's not hard to do, then it's not worth doing. If I'm not grinding and busting my face, then I'm not gonna get what I want. But at 40, it took me 45 years to realize that like getting results like this, getting lean like this, does not have to be like super hard. I don't have to fast. I don't have to cut anything out. I haven't cut anything out of my diet. I had a piece of coffee cake yesterday. My wife made pumpkin coffee cake because it's Halloween or fall time, and she likes to make all kinds of nice treats. Yeah, I was eating that shit. I was eating that yesterday. Maybe it slows me down just a little bit. Maybe it's showing up as a little bit of water under my skin. But I don't care. I'm done doing extreme shit. I'm an extremist by nature, but I'm growing up. I'm growing out of it. And so rather than trying to sprint through the finish line, trying to sprint through the fat loss finish line, fat loss can be like a walk in the park. If, my man, you're willing to apply 2 simple principles that my dad used to warn me about when I was a kid, but I didn't listen to him until I was forced to make a change. Grow up and be a big boy. So, in this video, besides me flexing, you can see all my injuries. Oop, look at that one. Besides me flexing, in this video, I'm gonna talk to you not about shit you already know. You already know that burning fat is simple. Eat less, move more. But then why aren't you lean yet? You're about to find out. But first, if you're new here, my name's Elliot Hulse. I'm a master strongman strength coach. I've been making men strong on YouTube since 2007. And I've gained and lost more weight over that time than something that happens a lot, frequently. Can't think of an analogy. Give me an analogy. Anyway, so today, what are we gonna talk about? The problem. The problem is that guys like you and I are like sprinters, right? Like we like to get to the finish line as fast as we can. And in many regards, that's helpful. Like you can make some real good strides in life if you get off your ass and take action like most people, where most people are slow. But you know what that also makes you? And it makes me, it makes us, guys like us, premature ejaculators. You're trying to get to the finish line too quickly. You gotta slow down, you gotta stroke, you gotta breathe into your balls, baby, right? That's how that friction, right? Slow friction builds the heat rather than like a bang explosion, right? Premature, right? Bang! There's no heat, it's just one big pop, big explosion. But if you stroke, fat loss is like stroking. Strokey doke, breathe. Strokey doke, breathe. If you stroke like that, man, you're burning more calories, you're pleasing your lady, you're not getting to the finish line so quick and falling asleep, you're not getting the result that you want, intentions, right? So the possibility is that if you take your time and you stroke the fat loss fire, you kindle the fat loss fire, it burns longer. The heat of desire increases, right? It burns, she burns longer. And that means you could stay stronger, right? Like if I was burning up this fat too fast like I've done in the past, this muscle wouldn't be here. This TRT free muscle at age 40, 45 wouldn't be here. right? Right? So what are the principles, the two things I want to talk to you about today, besides just ranting and being a silly dude, hanging out with my dogs on the floor? Focus and consistency. My dad's probably watching this right now. He's laughing. Focus and consistency. Man, I remember like being a 9-year-old kid, and my dad like tapping me on my head like, focus, son, focus. Focus and consistency. Just a couple months ago, he was here, he was talking to me, he was like, yo, son, slow down. Focus and consistency. Take your time. Do it right. It's taken me a long time. It's taken me a long time to figure that out. Are you like that? Can you relate to that? Are you the kind of guy who's premature in your ejaculation, trying to get to the end too quick, trying to get the prize before you even open your eyes? What that does is it makes us addicted to action, activity, movement, rather than focus and consistency. The power of focus, I'm joking right now when I'm talking about stroking and blowing your load, but it's so evident in nature. Like when the sun comes out, its focused rays grow grass, grow trees. It's nourishing, it's penetrating. You want that penetrating focus. You want what you do in the gym, and you want what you do in the kitchen to be penetrating. You want to penetrate this fat. I'm trying to penetrate through these fat cells, but also maintaining the muscle. So it's got to be slow and consistent. That's the second one. Focus means zeroed in. I know what I'm doing, and I'm locked into it. I know what I want. But the consistency is like I'm unrelenting. I'm relentless. This is a good book. I started reading this just recently. Tim Grover, highly recommend it. Relentless. You got to be relentless. So how do we do this? What are we focused on, or what are we consistent with, right? Because there's so many, like I said before, like fat loss is easy. It's simple. Eat less, move more. But then you have so many gurus. I get it. I'm a guru too. Am I your guru? I used to be a lot of people's guru. I'm not too many people's guru anymore. Am I your guru? So all these gurus, so many gurus, telling you about all kinds of special ways to do just those two things. And I get it. Like I fell for that shit too. Oh, you need to eliminate all these kind of foods, right? Like basic staple shit like fruits. Oh, you can't eat any fruit anymore if you want to get lean. That's bullshit. You know what? Yesterday, I had a piece of pumpkin pie that my wife made with sugar crumbles on top. Coffee cake, pumpkin coffee cake my wife made because it's fall time. I don't have to do anything extreme. I didn't have to eliminate anything. Like maybe I have a little bit of water on my belly right now as a result. I'm eating my pie. I get to eat my cake. I get to have my cake and eat it too. Because I'm focused on simple, sustainable habits. It's just simple, sustainable habits. 4 simple, sustainable habits that you just gotta stay consistent on. It's very easy. And this is what I teach my students inside of Alpha School. Alpha School is for free. Inside there, we've got these 4 habits that all the guys are engaged in, and every day we hold each other accountable. I'll talk to you about the resilient structures inside in a moment, but what are those 4 simple habits that we gotta stay focused and consistent with? Movement, right? It says you agree. Fat loss is simple. Move more. But are you tracking your movement? And this is key, because you could say that you're doing something, right? Like how many times somebody will ask, how many calories a day you eat? Probably about 2,000, 3,000. But then if you actually track it, you're eating more like 4,000, 5,000 calories a day, because you're guessing. You're guessing your movement. If somebody tells you move more, how do you know that you're moving more? Well, I took a walk today, or I took the garbage out, or I took the stairs, right? Yeah, but how do you know that's more than yesterday? And how can you compare it to the day before, and the week before, and the month before? How do you know that you're consistently doing more? You gotta track it. You gotta track it. And if you use your phone, if you have a cell phone, my cell phone's actually my camera right now. If you use your cell phone, you keep it in your pocket. Did you know that it tracks your movement every day? It tracks how many steps you take. But this shit blew my mind when I figured this out. This is how I got lean. This is why I'm getting lean. I'm not there yet, but this is why I'm getting lean, because I carry a cell phone in my fucking pocket. That's how easy it is. You wanna lose weight? Hey, let me tell you some guru shit. If you wanna lose weight, carry a cell phone in your pocket. It's as easy as playing games on your phone. Shredding fat is as easy as playing games on your phone. If you carry a cell phone in your pocket and you look at today, and there's an app inside your Apple phone, and if you have a Google phone, it's probably different, but they have it in every single fucking cell phone. They track all your shit. You hit the health app inside your Apple phone. It will tell you how many steps you took today, how many steps you took yesterday, how many steps you took the day before, how many steps you took all year. You can pull up a chart and it tells you how many steps you took all year. How many of those days, or how much of the average are you hitting? Are you hitting 10,000? The minimum's got to be like 10,000. I think anywhere between like 8 and 12,000. Anywhere between 8 and 12,000 steps a day. You don't have to change anything else in your life. You don't have to make any extreme adjustments or changes. You don't have to do anything crazy. All you got to do is carry a cell phone in your pocket and play the fucking game of, did I hit the score today or not? That's the first simple habit that we do in Alpha School. Alpha School is free. Join us and be accountable for taking your steps. You're already tracking it. Your phone's already tracking it. It's tracking a whole bunch of shit too that you don't know. That's why you get ads for things that you just think about. Muscle. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated to build muscle. I follow what I call the bro split, basic bro split. That's literally what I do, and it's what I call it because it's the most basic bonehead bodybuilding routine that you can find. Pump iron. 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 10 reps. And it really doesn't matter if you do 6 or you do 10. One day I might do 6, another day I might do 10. One day I might do 3 sets, another day I might do 4. I keep track, I track it in my app. And inside Alpha School, I have an app for the guys to track. It's called the Strong app. You can go get it for free. Go get the Strong app for free. It's the simplest way to track your workouts. I don't earn any money from it, but I like it. So I want you to use it. In basic bro split. The cool thing about the Strong app is that I can give you my workouts. So what we do inside Alpha School is I got a bunch of links. I'm setting it up right now. So if you go in there right now, the links aren't there yet. They're inside my paid program, but not inside my Alpha School, but I'm giving everything inside Alpha School. You could click a link and it will populate the workouts, my basic bro split, right inside your phone. Right inside your phone, you can have the very workouts that I do, but I tell you what, they're not magic workouts. There's all kinds of magic routines out there, and I fall for them all the time. Magic routine, magic workout, trick your muscles, muscle confusion, right? I'm not doing anything confusing right now. I'm not doing anything confusing. I'm following a basic bro split. Easy. Track your workouts. How many times a week do you need to work out? 3 times? 3, 4 times? Sometimes you could do 3, sometimes you could do 4. Don't overthink it. Whatever you choose, stick to it. It's pretty damn simple. You could complicate it if you want. You could make it hard if you want. You could be a guy like me who makes shit hard for no damn reason if you want. But I don't have time for that shit anymore. I don't have energy for that shit anymore. I don't have time or energy for that shit. Movement, muscle, macros. Macros. I'll tell you the funnest thing to track is macros. Macros are so fucking fun to track, especially if you use an app like Macros First. That's what we use inside Alpha School. Macros First. You know why? Because every day that I hit my macros, I get a nice little star. It gives me a star. It gives me a prize. Right? Bing! I'm like Mario. I'm hitting shit and getting stars. Right? It's like playing games on your phone. You can get shredded just playing games on your phone. Macros. So what do you do in terms of macros and calories? First of all, it's super simple. Once you determine your calories, you just stay under your calories. Right? It's very simple. If you're playing a video game, you stay on the ground. You don't fall into the pit. Right? This is literally like playing a video game. Don't fall into the pit. You know how you fall in the pit? When the macro apps gives you a 0 instead of a star. Gives you a red 0 instead of a gold star. That means, guess what? You failed that day. But just like Mario, you could start again. You hit the reset. You hit the reset button. You start again the next day. It's not a big deal. You don't have to beat yourself up. You have to be emotional about it. It's real simple. Don't go over your calories. How do you calculate your calories? I'm going to give you the simplest equation. Anybody can figure it out. Are there other equations? Sure. But you know what? They're fucking complicated. And I'm done doing hard shit. If you're over 200 pounds, take your body weight times 10. That's your calories. Start there. Is that going to be the only thing that you do? No. You might have to change it later on, but don't over fucking think it again. Just start with that. If you're under 200 pounds, times 12. What about your macros? You know what? When it comes to macros, everybody is against fat and carbs. In the 1980s, they were like, oh, don't eat any fat. Don't eat butter. Eat margarine instead. Cut the fat off of your steak. Eat chicken breast. Then the 2000s came around. Everybody's like, don't eat carbs. Don't eat sugar. Don't eat fruit. Don't eat bread. Don't eat rice. All this bullshit. It's fad. It's fad shit. Don't even think about your fat and carbs. Don't even think about it. Eat it to your heart's delight. As long as you don't go over your calories. The one that you do gotta track, the one that you do gotta pay attention to is your protein. You gotta hit your protein. The easiest, simple way to decide how much protein to eat, 1 gram per pound of body weight. Is that the only way to do it? Is that the most scientific way to do it? Is that what Jeff Nippert would say to do? I don't know. I don't give a fuck. You gotta start with something. You're still fat because you're watching too many videos. You're reading too many books. You're thinking about it too much. You gotta be like relentless. You just gotta choose some shit and go hard with it. That's what I'm doing. Oh, Uncle E, y'all have seen me. Y'all have seen me fat and you see me lean. You see me on TRT and you see me natural. I'm natty right now. I know there's some of you guys gonna be like, oh, but you're not lifetime natty. I've been lifetime good genetics also too. I'm not gonna lie. My mama's jacked, my grandmama's jacked. My daughter, whoo! You see my daughter, my 16-year-old daughter. She's jacked. So we got good genetics. I'm looking down here because that's where my camera is. That's where my picture is. So, movement, muscle, macros, metrics. You know what metrics? Metrics is simply just do what I'm telling you to do and track it every single day, dude. Inside Alpha School, we use Habit Share. It's a free app. I'm giving you all the free apps. You can go do it. You can go do it yourself. You don't need to come inside Alpha School. But why not? I'm inside Alpha School. We got almost 500 guys inside Alpha School. We're doing it together inside Alpha School. And Alpha School has resilient structures. What are resilient structures? Resilient structures are shit that keeps you going when you're gonna fall off. Resilient structures are there to catch you when you slipping. The resilient structures in our program are community. So the guys are in there are active, man. It's pretty damn awesome. Putting their pictures up, sharing their habit shares. What we do is we take a screenshot of the habit share because you got like, you know, you put your 4 things in there. You click it off every day, and if you got all green, cool. If you got green and some reds, cool too. As long as you're tracking your training. As long as you're tracking your training. As long as you're tracking your training. You don't have to be perfect, but you gotta track it. And so the guys that take a screenshot, they put it up there, and we know that they're tracking. We know that they're training because they're tracking. So we got community, we got competition. So I'm looking for case studies. That's why I created Alpha School for free. I know a lot of you guys are probably like, oh, Elliot, what's the hook? What's the catch? What's the catch? Two catches. I'll be straight up with you, 2 catches. First catch is, I want testimonials. I want case studies. I want your before and after picture. I want you to say, thank you, Elliot, for holding me accountable for my 4 daily habits. That's what I want. I want to plaster you up into the world. I want to show everybody, look what happens inside Alpha School when you are consistent. When you're focused and you have consistency every single day. I want to brag about you. So we have competitions. All kinds of competitions. Great competitions are happening right now. Alpha Body Challenges. Celebration. That's the 3rd C. You got to celebrate your wins. I know I'm talking like a tough guy right now. I'm just having fun. I probably had too much coffee today. You got to celebrate your wins because if you're anything like me, we work so hard and we never give ourselves a chance to reap the reward, to relax for a moment and celebrate. And that'll burn you out. And that'll make you resentful. That will make you resentful to the thing that you're doing. You ever work so hard on something, be it like business or body or whatever, and you get what you want, but then you're pissed off when you get it because you're like, damn, this thing cost me too much. But if you take little breaks like I did yesterday and ate a little bit of cake, I celebrate with a little bit of cake and I'm still getting lean. Isn't that freaking amazing? Little celebrations, it lubricates, right? When you're talking about that strokey dope that we were talking about before, stroking that fire, the friction makes the fire. Celebration is like putting a little bit of KY jelly on there. Much nicer. It's much nicer. Number 4 is commitment. And I say that number 4 because commitment sounds like it's hard. And I'm trying to make this sound like it's easy because it is. But commitment is easy when you see the results. Commitment is easy when it's just 4 little simple things that you do every day. Movement, muscle, macros, metrics. You can stay committed to that. And here's the thing. Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. When you're fat, your family suffers. When you're fat, your wife suffers. Talking to a friend just now. He was so fat that he wasn't fucking his wife for many years. That sucks. Your kids suffer. Because now they got to explain to their friends why their dad's a fat fuck. Boys still talk about whose dad is the strongest, right? My son has no competition. There's other dads that work out and stuff, but they do gay shit like CrossFit. I'm a strong man, and I'm stripping fat. My son wins. My son doesn't even have to prove anything about himself. All he has to do is point to his dad. My daughter used to do that. My daughter wore a shirt. She created her own t-shirt with a picture of me on it. She said, don't mess with me, this is my dad. But when I'm fat, and I'm sick, and I'm sad, and I'm depressed, and I'm stupid, because I'm not focused, I'm not consistent, she can't do that. So it's simple. Movement, macros, muscles, metrics, focus and consistency. Community, competition, celebration, commitment. It's simple, fellas. So this is my commercial for Alpha School. This is an Alpha School commercial. That's why I took my shirt off. I want you guys to join Alpha School. It's very easy. All you do is click the link down below. It's like you got to put like your name in there to sign up for school, which is not even my platform. School is a different platform, but I'm using their platform. Put your name, put your email address. I think that's it. And you apply for Alpha School and you're inside. And in there, it's simple. I tell you exactly what to do. I'm in there, my team is in there. A bunch of other guys on the same path. Guys who have lost weight, gained it back. Lost weight, gained it back. Lost weight, gained it back. Same kind of guys like us. Extremists. We've got a bunch of extremists in there. Guys who like fasted to the bone and then gained back all the way. Now they're frustrated, they're tired. They're tired of that shit. I was tired of that shit. And it gives you subpar results. If you're fasting because you're St. Francis and you're trying to get to heaven, that's different. I'm not talking about spiritual fasting. I'm talking about fasting for vanity, right? And I'm a Catholic vanity. I got Catholic vanity, right? Jesus is always naked on the cross, so I don't know. I'm taking my shirt off too. That's what Jesus would do. So join Alpha School.